Four people meet each other at a rundown old pub by chance. They somehow start to get intertwined with each other.
Keith and Guy, I had two promising story characters, but none of this would have started without the girl.
One man amongst the three will kill the woman,
Nicola knew when her own story ended too. 30th birthday.
I found my murderer.
and the woman also knows this. Who will kill her and why? Samson is a writer that writes fiction based on a true story.
Ago, when I flew in on a red eye from New York, nobody in their right mind wants to come to London right now. I thought I would be able to find something to write about. See, I write fiction, but mine aren't really fiction.
In order to find materials for his writing, he goes to England in the midst of the chaos.
Not many people rushing into merry old London town these days.
Celebrated writer Mark Asprey was offering up his apartment for a swap.
He decides to stay at Mark's house, who is one of England's prominent writer.
Oh, fuck me. Used to his inspiring three-bedroom flat in the heart of London.
It was very different from his own place back in America. He goes to a pub in London led by a guy named Keith, who helps guide him around.
And my mate, Guy Clinch. Nobility he is.
There, he is introduced to Guy, who is a typical upper-class gentleman.
Sam's fine. Yo, Agman?
Loan sharks.
Loan sharks.
On the other hand, Keith is a typical thug getting chased by loan sharks.
I had to borrow a pinch from my old loan shark, Kirk Stockist. But I'm behind on me rent.
And a professional dart player. That moment, an attractive woman enters the pub. All the guy's sights are on her.
You have any Galbo cigarettes?
We don't sell French fags here, darling.
Go and get this lady a French snouse, will you?
Three of them start to approach her at the same time. Who can resist beauty like that?
I suppose this is my way of having been in a wake.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Nicholas Six.
Two men with one woman.
Keith, you're not high? A girl like that?
Mate, she's dreaming of it.
Keith and Guy are busy competing with each other.
Now, mate, I'm handy-handy.
Keith makes a bold approach.
Of all things, she lives in my building.
Remarkable.
Coincidentally, Nicola and Samson lived in the same building.
Why can't I do it? Why can't I just write?
Anyways, Samson is still having trouble writing. Upstairs was causing a ruckus, but because of that, he realized that the upstairs neighbor was Nicola with her hardcore taste. Samson started to follow her as if was possessed. He picks up the diary that she threw away, and he looks inside into her secrets.
I've always known what was going to happen next.
Hers was a specific kind of fortune-telling. Her young friend Dominique would fall to her death. Parents would die in a plane crash.
They both died, as I always knew they would.
Nicola knew when her own story ended too. 30th birthday.
I found my murderer.
As an artist, he couldn't pass up on this incredible material.
Oh, hello. My name is Samson Young. I live downstairs.
You gonna sit down?
Thank you. So I read everything. I'm a writer. Listen, I believe your premonitions. I think it could be my masterpiece.
And he tells her that he wants to write her story.
I believe you see your death. I've always wanted to write a murder novel. I believe I would have to be there recording it. Would you let me do that?
What he said was something a psychopath would say.
She was a great character. Fascinating creature. I have the makings of a really snappy little thriller.
Anyways, he is finally able to start writing. Afterwards, Nicola officially starts to invite the men into her life.
Are you famous?
You want a drink or something?
No, not for me, darling. No. Work before pleasure, innit?
The first target was Keith.
You're dripping blood. Let me see. You married?
Well, me wife thinks she is.
In fact, he was a married man.
The man you introduced me to the other day at the Black Cross, the posh one. I'd like to meet him. You could arrange that, couldn't you?
Nicola calls Keith, but starts showing interest in Guy.
You know, I went round that Nicky's house. I took my leave and she's asking about you.
About me.
Yeah, wants you to phone her.
Keith runs along and delivers her message.
I'm going to take a nap.
Hello.
Do you mind?
But even he had a wife and a child.
Look after the child for 20 minutes. It's my shift.
Of course I can.
But he doesn't hesitate to make the call right away.
Do you think we could meet?
Nicola looked very innocent, opposed to when she was meeting with Keith.
There was something I wanted to ask you. So when I was in the orphanage, I was friends with a little Burmese girl. But when I returned, I found out that she'd been adopted by a Saudi businessman. Now she's not even allowed back into England. Figured you were the sort of person who might know someone. Her name is Enola Gay.
Sorry. I know that, okay?
Guy can't fully concentrate on the conversation with Nicola. Meanwhile, the pressure towards Keith from the loan sharks are getting worse.
And I know this might sound unpleasant, but I might just have to fucking Guy Fawkes you. He was already dead, wasn't he? No one left to borrow from. She's lovely.
Nicola is meeting Keith with a totally different look from when she met Guy.
I know all about your money trouble, Keith. I'm gonna give you a lot of money. Guy is supporting a foreigner and her son in their efforts to escape Burma. And you, Keith, can get 30,000.
She uses Keith's financial situations and pushes him further. Don't know when she changed, but she meets Guy with a different look.
Some bad news. I made some calls, but I didn't come up with anything in Burma. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop trying. I haven't given up hope yet.
She mesmerizes Guy with her amazing acting skills.
Do me a favor.
Yes, of course.
Would you please take these to a jewelry store for me? It's just that I got a call from my Foreign Office friend yesterday, and he's gonna come into London to talk to me. It's in all sorts of complications, and they need to be paid in order to get out. And
I'm gonna take care of everything from here on in. Let's put these back where they belong.
He is willing to give her everything in the brief time they've met.
Guy, I'm sorry, but I can't see you anymore. It's just too hard for me. I could never accept your money.
Nicholas, stop it. All right, stop it. You have to let me help.
Guy immediately takes the bait. Keith arrives to collect the money.
Are you doing me, young lady?
I'm very good at this. Go and see Guy. Tell him I'm pale and drawn and pining away, and that I'm selling off all my things.
She uses him to bait Guy once more.
Now, listen, mate. I just popped round Nicholas, and between you and me, it don't look too shrewd, mate. Says she's leaving London.
You don't think she's going to?
Well, all this, mate, is too much. I've never seen her so down.
Guy is unable to think because of the joint performance of Nicola and Keith.
What's this?
Nothing.
Leaving tomorrow? Bloody good thing you did, all right? You have to take this money, all right?
He brings a wad of cash to Nicola. Nicola calls Keith and gives him the money she got from the guy.
£60,000. More than you need. The big one.
Big one.
Yeah, TV stardom. Now go home.
She's playing both of the men.
Oh, you know Keith has another one now? Just around the corner, the rich one. You know the one, man.
What do you mean another one?
Nicola. It is the one.
Meanwhile, Guy hears a relationship between Nicola and Keith at a pub he went by himself. Not being able to believe it, he goes to Nicola's house.
Come on. I'm to your apartment.
An accident. What are you saying?
Is he here all the time?
What do you mean?
Has he ever tried to fuck you?
Nicola looking rather more shocked and escapes the situation.
How could you even ask me that?
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. All right, I was just being jealous.
She gains the upper hand once more, and so the next day is finally Nicola's birthday.
This is the dress of my dreams.
Probably sound more dramatic than it really is, I expect, but it seems to me that there's been a need to redefine our relationship.
Guy thinks that he has confirmed Nicola's feelings and confronts his wife with the truth. He immediately gets stabbed in the back.
Love makes you bring on World War III for a piece of ass. Little Boy was the name of the atom bomb. It killed 50,000 people.
Nicola reveals her lies through a book.
A real treat in store for you this evening.
Upstart from the Black Cross will throw first.
Of course, Guy isn't the only one in a pinch. She makes sure things don't work out for Keith as well.
He's toying with him. Sure, he's really concentrating.
She got into his head right before an important competition. During the meantime, Guy arrives at the competition.
I think you should come out with me now.
Please.
You want one like mine?
Nicola is driving the three men crazy, excluding Samson.
Coming home with me. Fuck off. Now, right, girl. Hey?
Aren't they?
The situation with three men and a single woman is catastrophic.
Are you with us?
Therefore, he totally ruins the game. Keith and Guy are both finished.
Keith! Fucking do her. Hey, look what she's done to me! Look what she's done to me! Hey, you want some?
They express their angers towards her altogether. Amongst them, who will be the one that gets to kill her? Knowing all three suspects of her murder, who did Nicola choose to end her life? Until now, it was the movie London Field. The movie London Field is a movie based on an English novel. During the time, the novel was very popular and had a great reaction. But for the movie, there isn't much to remember other than Amber Heard. If you think of it as a magazine starring Amber Heard, it'll be a great watch. The movie has a dreamlike atmosphere and it suits Amber Heard so well. I recommend it for those who want to see beautiful visuals. I will wrap it up with the introduction to the movie that Amber Heard carried and its atmosphere, London Field. Until now, it was Daily Moves Recapped. Thanks.
Driving till midnight just to turn around. Wish I knew where I was going now. 'Cause I'm not the same that I used to.